There we go.
How's the stock so far?
HPQ, by the way, it's going up in after hours, even though they missed. HPQ is up about 1.5%.
Yeah, TSJ, that HPQ is a different company than HPE, so it sounds like he has no HPE.
No. HPQ is HP.
No, it's not the same thing as HPE. HPE is enterprise, sir.
No, we're talking about HPQ.
Yeah, I thought he was asking about HPE.
No. HPE is like their enterprise.
Enterprise.
Split off from HPE.
No, I was asking about the stock that Joshua.
Yeah, that's the one that makes your printers, your plastic computers, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you have
fucking cartridges?
I don't have numbers. Yeah.
So AMC came out a minute ago, but they do the stuff, like they say, we reported the earnings on the website. Like they don't release the numbers directly like other companies. So AMC will probably be a minute or two at least.
All right, well, it's down 1.5% right now in after hours.
Isn't there something going on with Ape shares and AMC shares? Like, isn't there like a conversion coming up?
I'm not sure. I think. Did you guys talk about Monster MNST? They announced a stock split.
I thought they were too expensive.
I mean, fun fact about Monster. Monster is the best performance to 2020. More than Netflix, more than
the best earnings report after hours? It's Exxon Enterprises. AXON. I just put it in the nest. Look at the quarter. Look at the guidance. Just clean and nice, and the stock is breaking out to new 52-week high.
I don't think I've ever heard of this company.
Which one?
Oh, you have. This is the formerly known as Taser gun maker.
What?
Yep. You know Taser guns, right? Taser and the body armor. That's what this company is. And so we actually, my clients... Yeah, so JAG clients have been long Exxon Enterprises for more than 2 years. It's been one of the best performing stocks. And we did a research way back in 2020 during pandemic in which we found out that many people were confusing this as a hardware company because they only knew it as a taser gun maker and body armor maker. But what the company actually was really doing, it was building out this platform called evidence.com, which is a subscription-based cloud-based subscription website in which they would provide all kinds of law enforcement, all kinds of activities essentially. It's a database, and they will sell that to law enforcement officials. And so they essentially turn into a SaaS and gradually grew that to an incredible growth driver and only company that is doing that. So now, around the country, every police department, fire department, and even down in South America, everybody is become subscriber to evidence.com. Many people probably still don't know this. And so that's why you see growth the way it is. And stock is deservedly going higher.
AMC with a double miss.
Double miss.
Mr. Griffin, what's up?
One sec. Let me read that out, actually, the numbers real quick. AMC Entertainment Holdings Q4 EPS of negative 26 cents, misses expectations of negative 21 cents, sales of 968.4 million, miss 970.67 expectation. So, yeah, like you said, double miss. Stock hasn't moved a ton here in after hours, but it's actually... It's up 2.3%.
Oh. Are you long AMC as a stock up here?
Aren't you already long?
I am not long AMC.
Yo.
Could have sworn I saw it.
Dog. know, bro. Let's see. We just had. I'm just trying to find the article. We just had earnings released. Got about 20 minutes until the call starts. Yo, yo, yo. All right, guys. What is going on, everybody? So, AMC just dropped their Q4 earnings per share. Let's see, they reported quarterly loss of 26 cents per share, which missed the analyst consensus estimate of 21 cents by 23.81%. This is a 136.36% decrease over losses of 11 cents per share from the same period last year. The company reported quarterly sales of 968.4 million, which missed the analyst consensus estimate of 977.67 million by 0.95%. This is a 17.37% decrease over sales of 1.17 billion of the same period last year. Oof. All right. Let me address chat real quick. Honey Horse, what's good? Antoinette, you're back. Shout out to my mod, Antoinette. Devin Clark, what's good, bro? Ryan Bain, what's good? Let's see. JM Michael, what's good, bro? Daryl P. Mo Rowe, let's fucking go. Rocket, rocket. Yeah, I know. You can say rocket, but be careful because you can't really put a rocket emoji. You might get arrested. Let's see. Winchester McWesson Smith, what's good, bro? Any Canadians in the house, guys? Drop it if you are from Canada in the house. Let me just clear stuff up real quick. Alright. We're all set. Let's see, what's up, Lottery Stocks? What's good, Daryl? AMC running good, Antoinette says. See you in 20. Alright, I'll see you. Let's see. I got a feeling Ape is going to run after hours. AMC going to 4? I hope not. Sosa trades. I got powder ready for the fake dip. AMC going to 58. That's more like it. Let's see. Man, what happened today? MCon says. Let's see. Tommy Ton, $4. I'll look at the charts in 1 second here. Winchester retrace spike in coming days. $4. Yo, Prodigy. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that for the super sticker. Thanks for the coverage. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Never feel like you have to send me anything. I do appreciate that a lot. Thanks for the super chat. Shout out Antoinette for addressing that. I do appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much for sending that to me. One to watch. Just letting you know I'm here listening in the background. Yo, shout out One to watch. You just called out, I believe it was LHDX yesterday or 2 days ago, and we put it in a video. Shout out him. That stock ran over 300%. Ice. We got a member in the chat. Ice is here. Young Macho Savage. What's up, bro? The corruption crumbling. Yes, sir. AMC to the moon, says Greg Williams. Wish Popcorn Man stop tweeting and do his job. Yeah, I know. Honestly, that's kind of something you can expect today come for the earnings because we just missed, and Adam Aaron is going to say, you know, we were optimistic for Q4, but this and that. Expect next quarter to be real solid, okay? So for the fundamental side of things, depending on what they have to say, it's kind of thrown out the door. Obviously, he's going to bring up the popcorn going on the shelves in 2023, hopefully. That's something that we have to pay attention to as well. I don't know why my Webull is not updating. Okay, we got to drop to... Oh, I see. Let's see here. We had a chart in the background. Here we are. The volume. All right, AMC's bouncing back and forth. Getting some volatility in here. Kind of trading sideways. It's not looking too bad, especially on the numbers that just got released. Canada, bullish like is from Canada. Shout out to you. Messi, hi from Poland. Yo, shout out Poland. Let's see. What up from Beantown? What's good? Sean Darling, how's it going, bro? Theodore Ryder, rocket emoji isn't illegal. I want them to show where that law went through Congress, LO. Right, shout out to yo. AMC's pumping a little bit. It's not bad. 750, 754. Ooh, it's getting volatile. Getting volatility in here. I'm letting some calls ride as well, so this is going to play out interesting. Puerto Rico in the house. V-shaped trader, what's good, bro? Let's see. Never get email for. You never got an email for voting? What broker do you use? Or do you have multiple? You should have gotten a email to a proxy link. I'm from Canada, twin brother. Shout out to you. Yep, Toronto, Canada. He's since day one with you. Yo, bunch of you guys are from Canada. Shout out you guys. They wish they could take this to 4. Let's see. LHDX is yep. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. K-Man, what's good, bro? Corey Smith, yo. Greg Williams, Daniel Perez just got a message that AMC beat estimate earnings by 33%. You did? When can I retire? LOL. I'm from Sweden, Mini Canada. Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it that. Mini Canada. Shout out to you from Sweden. Let's see. Steven Nelson, I got mine from both Public and E-Trade. Let's see. You know, now that I think of it, I'm not sure if I received my E-Trade proxy. I have some shares over there as well. Steven Nelson, if you don't mind, when did you receive your E-Trade proxy to vote? I got my Weeble one. See, Knoxville Will says, Knoxville tonight. Go Bulls. Robinhood 2. JD, Robinhood 2. You didn't get your proxy for Robinhood? All right, AMC 742. Sitting up 3.7% after hours. It's a good start so far. Let's see. Got here. So, just taking a step back, if you didn't see the videos yesterday, I posted 2 videos. Those are important videos. AMC really needed to see volume, and I'm not going to lie, we got it. We got 122 million yesterday and 107 million today. However, 107 on a 6% red day isn't something I would like to see. However, it got a healthy retracement, right? That's a ton of volume for a 6% red day, and we had even more volume on the push for a 22% red day. It shows that buyers are in control here. This is just going to be a very, very important level, especially based on the cycles. Now, AMC can play out a couple ways. I know the chart looks messy, and it would be a lot cleaner for a video, but, you know, we're streaming right now. AMC, if we are being played through another cycle, I would look for a slight retracement down to maybe 660, 675, somewhere in that range, before getting an initial pop back up to $9. Okay, so somewhere in that range if we are playing through another cycle. AMC does not have to do this. It definitely does not have to do this. If you look back to basically the run-up right before June, we're tracking the same exact thing. If you look at the run-up before June, and I'll pull up the 10-minute chart. Actually, let's pull up the 30-minute chart on Webull. This is the same exact setup that you had. Let's pop the 1 hour because Webull sucks with charting. It's basically the same exact setup that you had back in the run-up into June, right? You had this come up here. AMC's playing out the same exact way. Now, if I would say we are trading at a certain part, I would say we're probably right here. Now, if earnings comes in clutch, then you're going to see that huge break up. You know, we're either here or we're up here at this retracement level, where it retraced and broke below coming into after hours. And then the next day it snapped even higher and higher and higher until we broke the algos and ran all the way up to 70. So that's something to definitely pay attention to. See what we got for chat. Yo, 272 people in here. Shout out to you guys. Let's see how long is left. We got 11 minutes to hang out and chill. We got 11 minutes. 270 of you guys in the chat. Drop a like button if you guys haven't, so that you know, more people can get into this live stream. I noticed a lot of people on YouTube don't get my notifications, so let's see. I got mine from both. Oh wait, I read that. Check the junk mail. Oh, okay. Your boy Rats TV. Thank you, bro. We here in Florida. Shout out Florida. 286 people in here. You guys are going crazy. From Canada here, not the worst earnings. Anyway, my position was 100% funded by selling cash secured puts. Yeah, it's not the worst earnings, especially for a $2 price target, right? Analyst expectations are, they priced in something low, but they also are pricing in a $2 price target for AMC. I think that's just way beyond. And Credit Suisse pricing in a 90-cent price target. Theodore Ryder says, new here. Wondering, is the 13 days on threshold security an actual law? Because it doesn't seem like it's being enforced. By the way, love your videos. Very helpful for new traders like me. So it is on Reg SHO. However, there's always loopholes to everything, Theodore. Basically, with the 13 days, I think we're on day 17 now or so. They basically just put the pressure on another broker. They just bounce these shares back and forth so they don't have to cover the fails to deliver. Now, with that being said, until that time frame, you're not going to see AMC disappear off the threshold list, that's good. That's something solid to pay attention to. And they're also going to have a very smaller window to extend the clock, right? Extend bringing AMC into the floor. It's just another big problem on top of the cost to borrow fees and on top of everything else that they have on their plate. And it costs us nothing to hold. Trey Mitchell says, I got my E-Trade one a week or two ago. All right. I'm going to have to look for that. Your boy Rats TV got calls too. All voting no. No, I did. I meant 33% message. David Wag says, they better have the AMC popcorn in Canada Walmart, in Canadian Walmarts. Yeah, they better. Skylar Holland, what's good? Stephen Nelson, Monday E-Trade Public 2 weeks ago. Ice, shout out member. I said, I need to keep it going. Please rip. Let me see what actually AMC's at right now. Let's see this. Up 2.24%. I want to bring back to the 1 minute candles here. All right. I think it's really going to get whippy when Adam starts speaking. Adam Aaron starts speaking. I mean, retail, most of us are just buying, right? This is all just, it's all just fake ass price action anyway, but I do want to see how it does play out. Let's see. I got my simple votes yesterday, and I had to phone TD to get my proxy vote control numbers. Oof. Skylar Holland says beat earnings by 33%. 33% beat. You're not supposed to run from a history standpoint. They beat earnings by 33%. It was fake earnings. Ooh, hold on a minute. There's a lot of you guys saying the same thing here. I'm gonna have to check this out. People are saying AMC beat on earnings. Was there a fake earnings release? Is there a fake earnings release here? AMC Entertainment beats quarterly revenue estimates. AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. beat Wall Street estimates for fourth quarter revenue on Tuesday, lifted by moviegoers flocking to its theaters during the holiday season. Revenue for the quarter was $990 million compared to analyst expectation of $977. Yo, no way. That was a fake earnings that got dropped on here. I feel bad for the people that popped in the live stream and then ended up leaving and thinking they had the info. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know how. Let me see here. Sold in addition 26 million ape units. Proceeds approximately sales in units. Okay, AMC preferred equity unit at the market equity program in September 22. AMC launched at the money equity program, sell more shares. Okay. As of February 28, 2023, AMC has sold an additional 6.6 million shares of APE units and raised gross proceeds of approximately 9.6 million before commission and fees after taking into account all sales and uses of APE units for debt exchanges. There are approximately 63.9 million APE units available to be issued under the existing At the Money Equity program. Oh, this is solid. This is solid. Okay. AMC reported quarterly loss of 14 cents a share, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of 21 cents by 33.33%. You guys were right, bro. You killed it. Shout out chat. Shout out chat. Bro, AMC just beat earnings by a 33% increase. That is fire. That is fire. So they were expecting a loss of 21 cents. They only lost 14 cents. This is a 27.27% decrease over losses of 11 cents per share from the same period last year. The company reported quarterly sales of 990.9 million, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of 97. So they beat on sales by 1.35% as well. 15.45% decrease over sales of 1.17 billion the same period last year. Yo, this is solid. All right. Well, that makes it a lot more interesting going into this. So this is fake news on Twitter. That guy pissed me off. Just for spreading that. Well, in that case, let's go. AMC's up 3%. Oh, what? Just dropped? We just got flushed out. Let me address chat real quick. TRKA, someone said TRKA is running. They all say that AMC beat earnings. Yeah, AMC beat earnings. Guys, 314 of you in here. Make sure to smash that like. Antoinette, shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro. Love your content. Thank you so much, Skylar. I appreciate that. They beat by a lot. Please subscribe and hit the bell notification to get alerts. Join the Discord. Yes, Antoinette. Thank you. My mod, guys. Pay attention to her because she knows what she's talking about. She says hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and pop in the Discord. You guys think AMC going to the moon? Of course. Everybody in this chat thinks AMC's going to the moon. Everybody in this chat holds AMC, guaranteed. They beat earnings big. Hi from Sweden. What's good, Sweden? They crush earnings. This is solid. This is solid. Fake earnings. They beat big. Wook for President says 900 shares, all or nothing for me. Let's go. The way out of the money put option premiums are moving. It seems they are just kicking the can down the road over and over. Gene Michael, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens come tomorrow. I'll have a better outlook as to if this is going to play through another cycle or if AMC is really going to rip heads off. If it's going to rip heads off, you're going to see volume tomorrow. Heavy volume tomorrow. Dangerous volume tomorrow. Not for us, though. The 1-1 says there is an article floating around saying that FTX and those tokens were used to beat down AMC in 2021. Yeah, that's old news. Those were definitely used to beat down AMC in 2021. Did I shut this right? I did. Okay. Might be FUD, but I'm reading fake earnings. Yeah, fake earnings, false earnings. Okay, I got to catch up to chat. Dang, you got scammed. That is criminal. Dead ass, I got scammed. They must get sued for these false earnings. I don't think it was AMC that put out the false earnings. Let me see. Yeah, I know. I think it was probably let's see, Rose. Yo, Jason Sanchez, bro, you are funny, bro. Rose Blunt. Let's see. Island of Dr. Moreau. Beat on revenue loss on price share. Fake earnings reports is a good. Fake earnings reports are a good sign. That is solid. Fake earnings equals more shenanigans equals shorts. Desperate. Wait, I got a pop-up. Minus 14 to share, beat by 33%. CNBC is reporting loss, LOL. What's up? It's Cam2022 from Discord. What's good? Yo, you have been killing it lately. Seriously, you just started trading. Shout out to Brad McEwen in chat. Just started trading options and is finally getting their $1,000 gains in single trades, guys. If you aren't in the Discord, make sure to pop in the Discord. Link will be under the video. Freedom says also Yahoo was false and Benzinga also. They should be sued. Dude, they should be sued. I'm not gonna lie. Yahoo Finance just put out an article saying that AMC was a trash stock. That's just blatant. That should just be. It just should not be put out there. Corey Smith says we're not worried about today. We know MOAS is around the corner. Shout out to you. Pull out while you can. Load up at $2. Absolutely not. Sosa trades. Absolutely not. I'm not selling till zero or moon. Let's see. Lantroid said shorting AMC. Oof. Lantroid's Island. Cilantro Island. That is not something you want to put in this chat. Sosa is a shill. I'm done, my bad. Yo, he wants to stay in here, bro. He wants to stay in here. I'm serious, bro. You gotta be careful what you say, bro. If you say sell AMC, you're not looking good in this chat. You are not looking good in this chat. Corey Smith says Sosa wants our shares. Yo, you're not grabbing my shares at $2. I can tell you that. You're not grabbing my shares. Let me see where we're at. Yo, we got 30 seconds. 30 seconds for the earnings call. I had no idea my head was barely being shown, bro. $20 seconds. Okay. I was about to say, I had no idea my head was being shown right there. All right, guys, here we go. Time to tune in. I'll be reading chat. Don't worry. Time to tune in. 3, 2, 1. $801 will be $801. Battle of $801. We do not want that music. All right, earnings call. The webcast is live. Waiting for the broadcast to begin. Oh, here we go. Damn. What is this music, bro? Okay. That's getting muted. All right, we're muting the music for now. I gotta check it every now and then to make sure they're not talking here, so I don't miss it. I'll keep it low. You know you want to dance? Hell no. I want to get in an elevator. My favorite song. Damn, bro. Damn. Making Magic Happen? Disney? Uh-oh. Yo, tinfoil hat? Brent boy, is that the song? Is that the song? Yo, if that tinfoil hat is... Wait. They did the song pause. They got me. Did it? That's what it said? That's what it said after I clicked on it? Big Green on AMC? Hold on a minute. Uh-oh. Yo. Guys, I'm going to turn it up as soon as someone starts talking. Don't worry. I just don't want to blast elevator music in your ears. Your boy Rats. Some things YouTube's not gonna let you post. Simon Norberg says time 22:45 in Sweden. That green candle was short-lived. I mildly got excited. Yeah, me too. AMC's just sitting flat. It's waiting. Waiting here. Waiting to get whippy. Although this kind of just looks like any other day after hours so far. Of course, you got a little more volatility, but it's still, they're just keeping it within range. Let me see here before this starts. All right. AMC has room to fall. If it does fall, I'm watching to hold on this trend line right around 650. I'm watching for a bounce at 650 if AMC does start to crumble. Okay, keep in mind that level. That's going to be an important level for a bounce on AMC. But until then, we're going to be watching the 1 minute candles. And overall, we're looking solid. Solid. 2 days over 100 million volume right out of nowhere. We're looking solid. Cilantro Island says, bro, I want AMC to pump even though I'm shorting. I don't even know what to say to that. Honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. Brad McEwen. Oh, damn it, man! They got me with the beat stop. I'm waiting for them to speak, and they just stop the music, and then they play it again. Another song, great. If keywords, Brad McEwen says, AMC going to go up in aftermarket. I have no idea what that says. Just wait a few minutes. Mints? Months? I don't know what you're typing. Another 105 million volume today. Nice, yes. I hope so. My $6 puts will print. Let's see. Vol never lies, man. Dude, Cilantro Island, you got a death wish talking about shorting, and you're sitting in this chat with 364 people. You got a death wish. Let's see. Horseman, pretty sure it's going to start at 5 p.m. Okay, 5 p.m. EST. Well, then I'm going to lower the music for. I'm going to mute the music for a few minutes then. Scroll through here. Check what we got on Twitter. What's up, G? What's up, Magic Bodo? How's it going? Only difference is we got that earnings report. LOL, pullbacks are healthy. Yeah. Let's see. So talk, fake earnings report. Wonder why they did that. Right. You don't believe it needs to pull back before pump. You don't know the Newton's laws. I think it might get a pullback. A healthy retracement is fine. But need, that's not the case. Cilantro. It does not need a pullback. But definitely likely. Definitely likely. It doesn't need a pullback for a squeeze, but it is very healthy. I mean, look at this. Do you see a pullback here? I don't see a pullback. Definitely healthy, though. I expect a slight pullback. We're going to see. We are going to see. Let's see. Gary Kramer says, I'm still waiting for my moon ride. Yep, me too. We're on the train. It's just out of gas right now. We're about to fill up. Adam Aaron, hopefully, about to fill up the train. Let me see here. Good call on TRK. AK, yo, if you got into that, let me know. Yeah, those two callouts were beautiful. So shout out to the people in Discord who also got into them. TRKA and LHDX, those callouts were amazing. Next day, if you woke up pre-market and bought in, you would have been up over 45% TRKA and over 300% on LHDX. So those were solid. See, Ice says it pulled back enough today. Yeah, well, a 6% pullback off of a 22% day is not bad. Definitely not bad. We got the volume, so why pull back? Well, we got a 22% day with more volume than we did a 6% day with less volume. So we got more volume on the 22% day, showing buyers are in control. This is, to me, a healthy retracement. A lot of people are still in the stock. And honestly, you see a lot of people who bought in the morning. It ran up to 850, and then you started seeing the sell-off. I don't think this is anything significant at all. It's just another throwaway day, another little retracement, pullback, slight sideways trading day. As long as this volume stays lingering, then that's good to see. If volume drops to 80 million, 70 million, and we get like a hammer candle, and then you see volume jump to 200 million, you're going to see a huge move. What's RSI, says John Walker? What, for indicators? That's the relative strength index. Let's see. Oh, I do see a solid red candle in that squeeze. Solid? Might be right. Let me see. And technically, this wasn't a legitimate squeeze, but yeah, there's retracement right here. You're right. May 28th retracement. So you're saying that it's valid to try and perfectly time a retracement. What you're saying? I definitely agree with you. We should see a retracement, but it's definitely not needed. Sketchy Mind says, I'm sitting on 2,000 C10 options. I swooped up last week. Talk about a pullback. Yo, don't talk about a pullback. If we rip, you're gonna be rich. Let's see. I got 50,000 from TRKA, 24 cents, and AMC is stipulated heavily. Yo, shout out to you making 50K off TRKA. That's lit. I gotta make sure the earnings call isn't. Okay. Just checking it. We still got time. We probably got a couple minutes. Check out BOIL. Alright, I will. I'll definitely after the stream. What's the chance of this squeezing before reverse split if we have one? There's a good chance. I think there's a good chance of it squeezing before the reverse split. I think that lawsuit came out oddly timed with a retirement fund that barely was a shareholder in AMC, and they specifically wanted the conversion stopped and the reverse split not to happen. So I think there's a good chance. Ice is in the house. Yeah, everyone from Discord is popping in. Massive thanks again for your time and effort. No problem, Sammy. I appreciate you guys. Couldn't do it without your support. Volume can still lead to a pullback, silly. Yes, I agree with you. No one is disagreeing with you. But less volume on a red day, more volume on a buy day. Those buyers are in control. Amar says, bro, do we have any numbers yet? Yeah, we went over the numbers. Real quick before the call starts, for anybody new popping in chat, AMC reported a quarterly loss of 14 cents a share, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of 21 cents by 33.33%. This is a 27.27% decrease over losses of 11 cents a share from the same period last year. So AMC beat by 33% on EPS, so on earnings per share. Before this, if you weren't in the stream, there was fake earnings that came out. They are really, really trying to scare people out of this stock, and people probably sold off of the fake earnings news that came out. Of course, I didn't sell, but I believed the earnings. I saw the earnings, and I was like, okay, these are the real numbers, and they actually weren't. The company also reported quarterly sales of $990.9 million, which beat the analyst consensus estimate of $977.67 million by 1.35%. This is a 15.45% decrease over sales of $1.17 billion the same period last year. So those are the numbers that we got. We're waiting on the earnings call right now. We got probably 2 minutes left. Buckeye A says, is TRKA dead? I highly doubt it. This thing was basically 100% shorted. I believe it was TRKA that was 100% shorted of the free float, as well as Bed Bath & Beyond, actually. I saw some sources today saying Bed Bath & Beyond was 99.8 or something crazy short interest, so I grabbed calls for fun. If you want to know my positions right away, the Discord is linked in the description. Feel free, guys, if you do want to join that. We do have over 300 of the most amazing people in there, and we barely ever miss a stock opportunity in there, so make sure to join that. Let's see. Ice, did you buy options? Okay. Gary Kramer says, I've been holding since June 2021, silver rack with diamond hands. John Walker, what do you mean? I'm not trying to pull up any charts or indicators because I don't want anything to bug out. I'm just trying to keep it super simple. AK says, yeah, I definitely got into it and I'm making some money, so shout out to you for mentioning them. I got on it right away. Shout out to you for jumping in that and trusting your gut. As long as you had a strategy, I was just someone who brought it to your attention. Let's see. Whatever retracements happen all the time, like I said, I hope it pops for all y'all. I appreciate it. TRK went up, bought this morning. It made some change. Shout out to you. Shout out to your boy Rats TV. The increasing volume, who buys? That's what I'm saying. When the volume days get crazy, it's kind of just a break against the algos. That's why volume is so substantial. I'm about to play the earnings call right now, but I am going to read through the rest of the chat, but it's about to start, so I'll keep the music low for now until it starts, and then I'll turn it all the way up. Probably start at 5. Yeah, it starts at 5. Ice says calls. Yeah, and then I will buy a nice house. Yeah, that asked me to. Popcorn at Walmart, guys. This will be better than Goldmine Adventure. Yeah, popcorn at Walmart will be huge. Let's see. Expecting more red tomorrow, says Corey Smith. I've never seen AMC call with a low IV. 150% is good compared to what it usually is. What's our short interest percentage? Last I checked, it was mid 23%. Brandon Nelson, but that's what's reported. It's highly doubt it. It's probably much higher than that. Rhinosaur says, let's Moas already. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Guys, if you are new hopping in the chat, we have 400 people in here. Make sure to hit the like button. And also, if you didn't hear the numbers, drop it in chat. Earnings already got released. The numbers came out. Now we're just waiting for the webcast for Adam Aaron and the board to speak on some other things that we have to hear about. Let's see. Popcorn, everyone knows popcorn. Yeah, shout out to you. T-Dog says, lottery, new here. Watching you the past 2 weeks. Thought I would listen up on an earnings call today. Let's fucking go. Yo, let's go, T-Dog. I appreciate that. And you are subbed because you are popping in chat, so I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the fam. We are on the journey to financial freedom together. And let's do it. Let's do it together. Magic Bodo says, I love popcorn. Let's see. Randall Ramsey said, I have sell orders in place, 100 shares at 25-cent increments starting at $9. Do you? I expect more downside for this week. DY says, only a squeeze or MOAS before reverse split. What do you think? I think it's more likely MOAS after reverse split, more pressure on Hedgie's piece. So it depends. If the reverse split actually does hurt them and the plan does go through, then you could see a squeeze post split. And it seems like that is the case. And the only reason I say that is because of the lawsuit. The timing came out. It was sus. The fund that barely owned AMC, they specifically wanted the conversion and the reverse split to not occur. Now that's not the case, which you could definitely see a run leading up to that date. So I think it's a 50-50 chance. I think the broadcast is about to start. The broadcast is starting, but real quick, I think it's more likely to happen either before or right after. Otherwise, we'll talk further on that, but let's listen.
If anyone should require operator assistance during a conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. It is now my pleasure to introduce to your host, John Merriweather, Vice President, Capital Markets and Investor Relations. Thank you, John. You may begin.
Thank you, Vikram. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to AMC's fourth quarter and year-end 2022 earnings webcast. With me this afternoon is Adam Aaron, our Chairman and CEO, and Sean Goodman, our Chief Financial Officer. Before I turn the webcast over to Adam, let me remind everyone that some of the comments made by management during this webcast may contain forward-looking statements that are based on management's current expectations. Numerous risks, uncertainties, and other factors may cause actual results to differ materially from those that might be expressed today. Many of these risks and uncertainties are discussed in our most recent public filings, including our most recently filed 10-K and 10-Q. Several of the factors that will determine the company's future results are beyond the ability of the company to control or predict. In light of the uncertainties inherent in any forward-looking statements, listeners are cautioned against relying on these statements. The company undertakes no obligation to revise or update any forward-looking statements, whether as a result of new information or future events. On the webcast, we may reference non-GAAP financial measures such as adjusted EBITDA, constant currency, free cash flow, operating cash burn, and operating cash generated, among others. For a full reconciliation of our non-GAAP measures to GAAP results, please see our earnings release posted in the Investor Relations section of our website earlier today. After our prepared remarks, there will be a question and answer session. This afternoon's webcast is being recorded, and a replay will be available in the Investor Relations section of our website at amctheaters.com later today. With that, I'll turn the call over to Adam.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, one and all, and thank you for joining us today. Let me add a very special welcome to the thousands of our individual shareholders who've been making it a habit to tune into these quarterly earnings webcasts for AMC Entertainment. 2022 marked another year of significant strategic, operational, and financial gains for AMC Entertainment. With our two announcements today on Q4 2022 earnings and of the launch of AMC Perfectly Popcorn at more than 2,600 U.S. Walmart stores, once again, AMC is demonstrating unmistakable progress along our multi-year pandemic recovery glide path. In my opinion, there are 5 reasons why AMC shareholders should be especially excited and smiling today. First, the increasing size of our industry as it recovers. Second, AMC's performance in Q4. Third, the fact that we are outperforming our competitors. Fourth, our agility in raising cash and reducing debt. And fifth, this morning's Walmart AMC Perfectly Popcorn announcement. First and overarching is the size of our industry itself, which is increasing. For 5 consecutive years prior to the pandemic, from 2015 to 2019, the domestic box office, which is all theaters, all brands across the United States and Canada, exceeded $11 billion. It was $11.4 billion in 2019. But then COVID came and brought our industry to its knees. And the 2020 domestic box office was only $2.2 billion. Down, as we all know, a breathtaking 82% year over year from the pre-pandemic level in 2019. Since then, our industry has seen a steady growth trajectory. The 2021 domestic box office was $4.5 billion, more than double that of 2020. And 2022's full year domestic box office of $7.4 billion was about 65% higher than 2021. The numbers again, $11.4 billion in 2019, falling to $2.2 billion, rising to $4.5 billion, rising to $7.4 billion. Based on the box office results so far in the first quarter of 2023, which is already up 44% year over year, combined with a much larger number of broader and deeper movie titles to be released in the coming quarters, based on what we know today, the 2023 domestic box office will almost certainly be significantly higher in 2023 than that of 2022. You all know that we finished 2022 and started 2023 on a very strong note with what is already the 3rd highest grossing film of all time, James Cameron's epic sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water. It really is a testament to the genius of James Cameron that he is responsible for 3 of the 4 highest grossing movies in the history of cinema. I digress for a moment to say thank you, Jim Cameron, and thank you to your producing partner, John Landau. It won't surprise you both to hear that you both are greatly appreciated by AMC and by the millions of AMC shareholders and the millions of AMC moviegoers. Please, please, Jim and John, keep making more movies. Speaking of more movies, that's one of the key stories of the coming year, 2023. The incredible Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick, which grossed more than $1.5 billion in movie theaters in 2022, and Avatar: The Way of Water, which has already grossed almost $2.3 billion in movie theaters in only 11 weeks, among many other successful movie releases, they all prove that moviegoers no longer are afraid to go to a cinema to watch a movie as they once were afraid in the darkest days of 2020 at the height of the pandemic. Our problem now in generating attendance in theaters is quite different. Instead, it's simply that Hollywood has been releasing fewer movies of late. Depending upon how you count, the number of major movies released in 2022 was somewhere between a third and a half fewer than the total number of such major films released in 2019 before the pandemic. Fortunately, now, finally, that is all changing. We currently estimate that 30 or more movies will gross more than $100 million domestically in 2023. That compared with only 18 doing so in the just completed 2022. That is an increase in 2023 of about 75% of the number of movie titles grossing $100 million or more. Let me repeat that. We are expecting in 2023 about a 75% increase in the number of major movie titles grossing $100 million or more compared to last year. The second reason for our enthusiasm is that AMC posted much improved results for the fourth quarter of 2022. Naturally, we're pleased that AMC Entertainment easily bested consensus estimates for Q4 2022 revenue and for Q4 2022 adjusted EBITDA, as well as posting a beat on adjusted net income and EPS for 2022 Q4 after excluding for non-cash impairment write-offs. We are similarly encouraged that Q4 2022 revenue per patron of $19.98 was well above pre-pandemic levels, thanks to rising ticket prices and the consumers' continued predilection to indulge more at our concession stands in our high-margin food and beverage business. AMC's full year 2022 results represented our strongest year since pre-pandemic 2019, with 2022 results improving over 2021, which in turn were better than those of 2020. Indeed, in full year 2022, AMC saw our annual revenue increase by more than 54% year over year, and our adjusted EBITDA improved in a single year by more than $338 million versus 2021. That's an enormous increase. The third reason we are smiling today is that as the world's largest theater chain, we are outrunning our competitors. Number two, Regal Cineworld, is in bankruptcy court because they essentially ran out of cash in September. By contrast, AMC has been masterful in raising equity as needed, and we ended 2022 with over $840 million of cash in the bank or undrawn revolving credit lines. As for number three operator Cinemark, we encourage you to look at the Q4 metrics where we overlap in the United States. Average ticket price, AMC, $12.22, Cinemark, only $10 even, $12.22, $10. Food and beverage per patron, AMC, $7.76, Cinemark, $7.43. Total revenues per patron, AMC, $21.85, Cinemark, $19.35. Film exhibition costs, and this is one where you want the number to be low, not high. AMC, our film exhibition costs were 51% of our admissions revenues. At Cinemark, it was 58%. Our fourth marker of progress at AMC has been our ability to strengthen our liquidity profile and balance sheet. Over the last 12 months, AMC has raised approximately $314 million in gross cash proceeds, and we've also reduced the aggregate principal balance of our debt by approximately $390 million since the beginning of 2022. And as for that fifth reason for smiles today, the exciting popcorn announcement this morning, we are launching with Walmart. What an enormous vote of confidence that's coming to AMC from the largest retailer in the United States in the quality and consumer appeal of our new microwave and ready-to-eat popcorn. I'll come back to that and other essential topics after I return, but right now let's pass the call over to Sean Goodman, our CFO, to review our financial and operating results in more detail. Sean?
Thanks, Adam, and thanks to everyone for joining us this afternoon. 2022 was a year of growth and recovery for AMC. During the year, we welcomed 201 million guests to our theaters around the world. That's a 56% increase compared to 2021, and it's 72 million more guests than in 2021. This attendance improvement, coupled with strong admissions and food and beverage revenue per guest, translated into a $1.384 billion increase in consolidated revenue, representing a 54.7% increase compared to 2021. And likewise, 2022 adjusted EBITDA improved by more than $338 million to a positive $46.6 million. This compares to a loss of $291.7 million in 2021. Clearly, our recovery is continuing in earnest. Now, looking specifically at the fourth quarter of 2022 compared to the same period last year, the North American box office declined by 14.5% to $1.8 billion. And this was due to the relative strength of Spider-Man No Way Home in 2021 and the limited number of new titles available for release in October and November of 2022. Our fourth quarter consolidated revenue declined by $181 million, or 15.4%, to $991 million. However, on a constant currency basis, consolidated revenue declined by 12.4% as we outperformed the overall industry because of strong operating performance metrics. For the fourth quarter, on a constant currency basis, total consolidated revenue per patron was $20.69. This is approximately 5.4% higher than the fourth quarter of 2021. And this was driven by admissions revenue per patron growth of 5.1% and food and beverage revenue per patron growth of 7.8%. It is worth noting that consolidated constant currency revenue per patron in Q4 of 2022 was 30.8% higher than pre-pandemic in 2019, indicative of the tremendous growth in revenue per patron during our recovery period. Domestic revenue in Q4 declined by 10.7%, with admissions revenue per patron increasing by 6.2% to $12.22, and food and beverage revenue per patron increasing by 7.7% to $7.76. In addition, other revenue per patron increased by 6.3%. In the international business, on a constant currency basis, revenue in Q4 declined by 16.6%, with admissions revenue per patron increasing by 2.2% to $10.70, and food and beverage revenue per patron increasing by 7.4% to $4.98. Other revenue per patron decreased by 8.8% as theater rental revenue generated during 2021 was replaced by regular admissions and food and beverage revenue. We continue to generate strong growth in revenue per patron as our guests enjoy our innovative food and beverage offerings, including movie theater-themed cocktails and collectible items. Our initiatives to optimize admissions revenue, including blockbuster pricing, are yielding positive results, and the increased adoption of our industry-leading AMC app and our marketing initiatives are all helping to drive overall revenue per patron growth. And this growth is further supported by increased premium format, or PLF, penetration, with PLF attendance representing 25.5% of domestic attendance in Q4 2022 compared to 19.8% in Q4 of 2021. And in our international markets, premium format attendance represented 18% of attendance compared to 10.7% in the fourth quarter of 2021. So clearly guests are increasingly appreciating the premium experience offered by our IMAX, Dolby, and AMC Prime offerings. Looking forward, we will maintain our focus on the guest experience that supports the strength of our key performance metrics, including 1, ongoing enhancement of our loyalty programs and the functionality of the AMC app. 2, innovative food and beverage offerings. 3, investing in providing the best possible sight and sound experiences through advanced laser projection technology and premium offerings such as IMAX, Dolby, and AMC Prime. And 4, growing revenue through diversification initiatives such as retail popcorn, the AMC credit card, renting out our theaters during off-peak times, marketing, and promotional initiatives. All of the above to be achieved while paying very close attention to our overall operating efficiency. Let's talk about the balance sheet now. We ended the quarter with liquidity of $843 million, comprised of $632 million of cash and cash equivalents and $211 million of undrawn credit facilities. During the fourth quarter, net cash used in operating activities was $33.3 million, and we achieved positive non-GAAP operating cash generated of $57.5 million. And we define operating cash generated as cash from operating activities plus total capital expenditures before debt servicing costs and before deferred rent payback. During 2022, we were active in the capital markets as we took actions to strengthen our balance sheet. In total, in 2022, we raised $229 million of gross equity capital. We refinanced $1.4 billion of debt. We extended certain debt maturities through to 2026 and beyond. And we repurchased $123.5 million of debt at an average discount of 43.7%. The net result is a $220 million reduction in the principal amount of interest-bearing debt outstanding during 2022. And during 2022, we also strengthened our balance sheet by repaying approximately $158 million of deferred rent. And this reduced our deferred rent balance to $157.2 million at December 31, 2022. You may recall that back in March of 2021, this deferred rent balance was more than $470 million. So over the last 21 months, we have lowered our deferred rent liability by approximately $313 million. All told, if we include the decrease in deferred rent, we reduced our liabilities by a total of $378 million in 2022. And in addition to that, so far in the first quarter of 2023, we have raised another $84.7 million of gross equity proceeds. And we have reduced the principal balance of our debt outstanding by an additional $170.2 million through the exchange of debt into equity and capitalizing on opportunities to repurchase debt at a discount. These actions in the first quarter of 2023 so far take our total debt reduction to $548 million when we include the reduction in deferred rent liabilities, and our total equity capital so far raised to $314 million. Note that during 2023, we plan to further reduce the deferred rent balance by another $75 to $100 million, and this will reduce the liability to approximately $60 to $80 million by the end of 2023. Regarding capital allocation, our priorities remain unchanged. One, we need to maintain sufficient liquidity to manage through the recovery phase of our business. Two, we need to strengthen our balance sheet by extending debt maturities, reducing debt, and reducing associated interest costs. Three, invest in our business to continue to enhance the guest experience. And four, opportunistically pursue value-enhancing initiatives, including those that lead to diversification of our business and revenue streams. Having the flexibility to raise equity capital allows us to opportunistically take critical actions to strengthen our balance sheet and at the same time successfully navigate through the ongoing recovery of our industry. For these reasons, I would like to take this opportunity to urge shareholders to vote in favor of the proposals that will be voted on at the upcoming shareholder meeting on March 14th. These proposals are designed to protect the long-term value of AMC equity and provide us with the flexibility necessary to ensure a successful recovery from the ongoing impact of the COVID pandemic. Our capital expenditure, net of landlord contributions, was $69 million in the fourth quarter of 2022, and we finished the year with a total net capex spend of $182.1 million. And similar to 2022, looking towards 2023, we expect our capital expenditure to be in the range of $150 to $200 million. Actively managing our theater portfolio continues to be a priority as we add new high-performing locations and eliminate low performers, all with the goal of improving our guest satisfaction and enhancing our overall profitability. During the fourth quarter, we added 5 new theaters and we closed 9. This brings the total number of locations closed since the pandemic began to 115, and the total new locations opened to 54 for a net reduction of 61 locations. The combined 54 new locations continue to substantially outperform the 115 closed locations prior to their closings, and they also are outperforming our underwriting expectations. Looking forward, we're optimistic about the future and the opportunities to strengthen and diversify our business while continuing to enhance our financial position. So with that, I'll hand the call back over to Adam to review some exciting recent announcements and provide an update on our strategic initiatives, including our upcoming.
Thank you, Sean. As I said at the top of the call, at AMC we're all smiles today. But by no means are we out of the woods yet. We will need to remain smart and action-oriented to successfully chart our way through what are still COVID-impacted waters. But clearly, we have been and are now making great progress. And while we have much more work ahead of us still, my ongoing conversations with our studio partners, including some as recently as this weekend, buoys my optimism that more movies are indeed headed to theaters, and that the value of theatrical exhibition is clearly recognized and internalized by the heads of every single major studio. As the leader of AMC, I am proud that we have resiliently weathered many a storm over the past 36 months. A storm first of the virus itself, then the threat to exclusive theatrical windows. More recently, the conviction held by some that streaming services would win out over theaters, and all through it was the concern that there would not be enough cash in the coffers for AMC to outlast all that we had to stare down. What's more, there was the added complexity for us of doing something well that few, if any, companies ever thought about before: how to adjust to a whole new cadre of millions of individual shareholders taking ownership of our company. Fortunately for us, the people who predicted that we could not weather the storms were all wrong. And more fortunately for us, those new retail investors turned out to be the saviors of our company. Their passion for AMC saved our company as they provided us with the cash resources we needed to survive. They also flooded us with some truly great ideas, including one of my personal favorites, that we should sell popcorn to the home market in what is, after all, a multi-billion-dollar category. This morning's exciting news announcement that the retail launch of AMC's microwave and ready-to-eat perfectly popcorn is at hand and exclusively with the nation's largest retailer, Walmart. It keeps a promise to do so that I made 16 months ago to our shareholders, and it's yet another example of AMC's powerful commitment to innovation. Beginning on March 11, just ahead of the Oscars telecast on March 12, AMC's ready-to-eat popcorn will be available exclusively at hundreds of Walmart locations on much sought-after featured end cap displays. In the weeks that follow, AMC Perfectly Popcorn will hit the shelves again exclusively at more than 2,600 Walmart stores in the United States with 3 varieties of ready-to-eat popcorn in the following flavors: classic butter, extra butter, and for those seeking a lower sodium solution, lightly salted. The ready-to-eat varieties are expected to be priced at $3.98 per bag, plus tax, and they all offer the authentic taste of real AMC movie theater popcorn to be enjoyed anywhere. Then, our microwave AMC Perfectly Popcorn will become available at Walmart. Again, in the same 3 flavors: classic butter, extra butter, lightly salted. And they are expected to retail for $4.98 plus tax for a 6-count box. As an added and unique benefit, the extra butter microwave boxes will include 6 packets of additional buttery topping that eaters at home can use to slather all over their popcorn, truly replicating that ultimate AMC movie theater popcorn experience. This first-of-its-kind approach by a theatrical exhibitor to distribute ready-to-eat and microwave popcorn at retail outlets all across the country further differentiates AMC as the undisputed leader in this industry and greatly extends the visibility of the AMC brand. Another idea that came to us from our investors was to sell AMC and movie-themed merchandise. We are doing so now across the United States and online. As every major movie releases, as every big tentpole releases, we have something themed for that film. But one of many such examples of success here are, if you can believe it, Ant-Man popcorn helmets have been quite popular, selling almost $2 million worth in less than 2 weeks. This has proven to be such a successful concept that we're about to launch the same activity across our theaters in Europe. Thank you, retail shareholders, for the idea. Next on the innovation docket is the launch of our new co-branded AMC Entertainment Visa card, coming soon to a wallet or a purse near you. It's been designed to drive increased AMC brand loyalty, along with incremental attendance to our AMC theaters, and should generate attractive financial returns with very little risk to boot. And finally, we recently announced a potentially important development. We announced that we are testing sightline seating at AMC in some of our theaters in New York, Chicago, and Kansas City. New York and Chicago because they're big cities in the United States. Kansas City because we're headquartered here, and we ourselves want to walk into our theaters and talk to our guests and gauge their reactions directly and firsthand. The test is being done for a potential nationwide rollout later in 2023. With sightline seating, as you know if you saw the release, we are charging a slight premium for the most popular seats in an auditorium, but discounting the prices of less popular seats closer to the screen up front. This is in line with how other sellers price their seats for live theater, for concerts, for sporting events. It's also how we've been pricing movie theater tickets in Europe for many years. We do understand, however, that this is a substantial change to the status quo for U.S. moviegoers, so we will be watching very closely how moviegoers react to the changes that are being tested right now. We will report back to you in future calls what we're seeing in the tests, and we look forward to this thing working well for the benefit both of our movie-going public and for AMC. AMC's ability to continue to raise capital during our ongoing recovery makes all these potentially transformative innovations and new actions possible, and it is crucial to our future success. To that end, I'd like to utilize the remainder of my formal remarks today to discuss the upcoming March 14 special stockholders meeting and the importance of the proposals on which our shareholders are already voting. Last August, we issued 516,800,000 APE preferred equity units as a dividend to holders of our AMC common shares on a one-for-one basis. The primary goals of issuing the APE dividend was to provide AMC with a new currency that could be used to strengthen our balance sheet by generating cash, bolstering our liquidity, to reduce our debt, and to allow us to grow. And that is precisely what the APE units have done. Since September of 2022, the creation of APE units resulted in AMC successfully raising $314 million of gross cash proceeds and allowed us to reduce the principal balance of our debt by more than $221 million, most of which was profitably repurchased at a substantial discount. Indeed, AMC is unequivocally a stronger company today as a result of the creation of the APE dividend, and it's allowing us to raise cash and reduce debt. I might add that that came amidst a lot of press speculation that would be unsuccessful in doing so. To the naysayers and doomtellers, you know what I say. Choke on that. However, despite having the same economic and voting rights as our AMC common shares, APE preferred equity units have consistently traded at a mysterious and substantial discount to AMC common shares. This discount creates inefficiencies that increases our cost of capital and causes unnecessary and preventable dilution. So, after careful thought, the AMC Board of Directors is presenting important proposals for shareholders to vote on at the upcoming special meeting on March 14, 2022. These proposals are designed to protect the long-term value of a shareholder's investment in AMC while still providing AMC with the flexibility necessary to continue along our recovery trajectory in a challenging environment. As you already know, the two key proposals are: 1, increase the number of authorized AMC common shares from 524 million to 550 million, and combine the AMC common shares and 8 preferred units. Second, to effect a reverse stock split of 1 share for every 10, which together with the increase in authorized common shares permits that automatic conversion of 8 units into AMC common stock. Our board and I strongly believe that it's in the best interest now of AMC shareholders to convert 8 units into AMC common shares, thereby simplifying our capital structure and eliminating the gap between the prices of APE units and of AMC shares. As AMC's single largest individual shareholder, with millions of AMC shares and APE units. I have a vested interest in the outcome of this election because my net worth rises as AMC strengthens, and my net worth falls as AMC gets weaker. I currently own outright some 3.7 million AMC shares or APE units, and have a further economic interest in an additional 4.5 million APE units or AMC shares as a result of granted but unvested stock. In total, I have some 8.2 million AMC shares or AMC units. You know what that means? It means that my interests are directly aligned with those of our shareholders. I am not some hedge fund plant or Trojan horse, as a few of the more bizarre conspiracy theories go. I'm on the side of the retail investor because I am myself a retail investor. And I'd like to share with you the 7 reasons why I have voted yes, voting for the proposals that are being recommended by the board. Before I do so, however, I should point out that litigation has been brought in the Delaware Court of Chancery attempting to block our shareholder proposals and your right to vote on them. We believe such litigation is without merit, that our actions have been totally lawful and consistent with our charter, and we will vigorously defend our position in this matter. The court has ordered that the March 14 vote shall take place on schedule, but that any implementation action resulting from the vote be held in abeyance until the court rules on the substance of the claims being made. So the vote is on, and it is on now. I urge our shareholders to vote now so that your voice can be heard. And because I think it's the right thing for me to do and for you to do, I urge you to vote for the proposals with me. Here's why. First, a more resilient AMC. Having the flexibility to efficiently and opportunistically tap both the equity and debt capital markets results in a more resilient company. Were it not for our ability to have raised both equity and debt over the past 3 years, AMC would not have survived the pandemic that caused a material decline in our business activity. Second, reduce capital raising inefficiencies associated with APE units trading at a discount to AMC shares. Converting APE units to AMC shares will result in a single price for all AMC equity. This single price eliminates the inefficiency inherent in the discount between APE units and AMC common stock, and will allow AMC to more efficiently raise equity capital at the most attractive terms in the future. Third, enhance the ability to raise cash and increase liquidity. Well, I believe AMC is currently in a strong liquidity position with more than $840 million of available liquidity at the end of December 22. The ability to efficiently raise additional liquidity when needed has proven to be critical for this company in the past. And depending upon the path and timing of recovery, may be critical to our survival again in the future. Fourth, strengthen AMC's balance sheet. AMC's balance sheet is expected to strengthen over time as the box office grows. At the same time, as we have demonstrated in recent months, there continue to be attractive opportunities for us to use available equity or equity proceeds to buy back debt or exchange debt for equity at a discount to face value, which greatly benefits shareholders. Fifth, simplify ownership in AMC. Consolidating ownership of AMC into one single class for all shareholders eliminates the added complexity that some brokerages have imposed on their clients in the holding or trading of our preferred equity securities. In addition, the single class of equity eliminates the potential for hedge funds or other investors to engage in arbitrage trading strategies between the APE and AMC securities. Sixth, position AMC to transform into a stronger, more diversified company. A single equity class will better allow us to pursue attractive shareholder value creation opportunities, to diversify and to transform our business. And last, seventh, create long-term value for AMC. A vote for the resolutions is a vote in favor of the long-term value of AMC. Since we announced our intention to hold a shareholder vote to convert APE units into AMC shares, the total equity value of our company has increased. The other matter of consequence being discussed at the March 14 shareholder meeting is the 1-for-10 reverse stock split. So let me quickly address that topic. If you have 10 $1 bills in your pocket and you exchange them for one $10 bill, you still have $10 either way. If you would have 10 $10 bills in your pocket and you exchange them for one $100 bill, you'd still have $100 either way. This reverse split in and of itself should be neutral. However, for a variety of reasons, including the technical listing rules of stock exchanges, we think it's unwise for our shares to be trading at levels in the single digits. The reverse split also creates room to allow for the full conversion of APEs into common stock, which we also think is a good idea for each of you, as I previously explained, and creates the capacity for common stock to be issued as equity in the future. In my view, I believe that there's no compelling argument why our shareholders should generally be averse to a reverse stock split. As I stated earlier, having the flexibility to continue to raise capital as we navigate through our recovery is crucial to AMC's future success and has thus far kept us from the fate of several of our competitors who have been forced to seek bankruptcy protection. Were we to be somehow deprived of this cash-raising capability, our future may not nearly be so bright as it appears currently. Indeed, our future could turn quite bleak in just a blink of an eye. I cannot emphasize enough that while things are looking up now, our success could literally vaporize in an instant if we misstep. The reason we have succeeded to date is that, in our opinion, we have threaded the needle perfectly heretofore during this pandemic. But make no mistake, the need to continue to thread the needle perfectly going forward is unchanged at AMC Entertainment. Fortunately, we're pretty good at this. And we've been at it a while, and we know what we're doing. I know I have about 3 or 4 million friends out there who like to give me advice. But I'd like to remind you we've done a pretty good job of stewarding this company during tough times. Avoiding a dire fate is a commitment that I personally made to our shareholders in the earliest days of this global pandemic, when our revenues went to zero overnight and stayed there for months. I remain steadfast in that commitment to you today. Every action that AMC has taken is in direct support of that commitment, despite what the naysayers or the short sellers or those who wish us harm would have you believe. Our mission now is clear. And it's the same exact cause that so many of our shareholders joined and embraced way back in the dark days of 2020 and early 2021. You all remember the hashtag, SaveAMC. That's the report for Q4 2022. Sean, let's now move to questions, both from our industry analysts and from our shareholders.
Great, thanks, Adam. Let's start with some questions from our shareholders. There are a number of questions coming through about the upcoming shareholder vote that we just spoke about. Here's a good example. what are the implications if the vote passes, and what are the implications if the vote does not pass?
So if the vote passes, it's my expectation that this ridiculous gap between the price of an ape and the price of an AMC share will go away. And when I say it's a ridiculous gap, folks said the same thing. They have the same economic rights. They have the same voting rights. Why should an ape be trading at a third the price of a common share, or a seventh of the price of a common share as it was just 2 months ago? If the vote passes, I think what you'll find is that this discounting of the ape goes away. What that means is that we'll be able to raise capital on, in my opinion, more attractive terms. Similarly, what will happen if the vote passes is there'll be a 1 to 10 reverse stock split. So you'll stop seeing the share price of AMC floating around, $3 or $4 or $5 a share. The simple math is it should multiply by 10. Where it goes from there, up or down, that's a function of market dynamics. But it is simple math. You'll be trading 10 shares for one, which mathematically should be priced 10 times higher. If the votes that we're voting on at this shareholder meeting do not pass, it's true that the reverse split won't happen. But what is true is that the status quo doesn't change, which means that there still will be apes and there still will be AMC shares. The apes will continue to trade at a discount, I would guess. No one has a perfect crystal ball, but that's been the experience since August. And since our ability to raise capital is tied only to the price of the ape, if the ape continues to exist, it would seem that we wouldn't be blocked from raising capital, but we'd be raising capital on much less attractive terms. It would cause more dilution of the stock that is entirely 100% preventable if a majority of our shareholders vote yes.
So here's another question related to this. It's related to the reverse stock split. And basically it says, why do we need to do a reverse stock split? Can't we just convert ape units into AMC without doing this reverse stock split?
We could, but as I said in my earlier remarks, the share price would hover in the single digits. And there are certain technical listing rules on stock exchanges. We don't think it's a good idea for our stock to be trading in single digits. And since we're going to have a shareholder vote anyway, it seemed logical to us to resolve both questions at the same time. It's expensive to call these special meetings of shareholders. It costs millions of dollars to do so. We'd rather get them both done now than have to deal with a reverse stock split at some point in the future.
We have a number of shareholders asking about their proxy materials. One example here is, I have not yet received my proxy materials from my broker. What do I need to do to be able to vote, to get my proxy materials and be able to vote?
As Bill Clinton famously said in the 1990s, for those of you who are old enough to remember the 1990s, I feel your pain. My AMC shares and ape units are at 4 brokerage firms, and I've received the voting materials from 3 of the 4 firms, but not the 4th. So if you have not heard from your broker, you should do what I'm about to do. Call them. Explain to them that there is a March 14 shareholder vote, that you own shares or units, and that you'd like to cast your vote, and they should get you a proxy. If your broker is not acting in response to your question quickly enough, email or call our proxy solicitor, D.F. King. You can reach them at an email address, amc@dfking.com, amc@dfking.com. Their phone number is 800-859-8511. All the information I just gave is for our U.S. shareholders, probably our Canadian shareholders, and international shareholders in many countries. But we are all aware, painfully, that the brokerage firms in some countries, especially in Europe, do not facilitate shareholder voting. And if you're with one of those firms, there's not much you can do other than put your shares in a different broker who would allow you to vote at future shareholder meetings.
And there's a question here about the lawsuit that you mentioned in your prepared remarks. It says it has been reported that AMC is defending against 2 lawsuits relating to the issuance of APE units. Is this true? And can you elaborate?
Yes, litigation's been filed. We think it's misguided. We believe that all the actions we've taken are lawful. We think we have the merits in this case. It's consistent with our charter. We will defend our position vigorously, and we are encouraged that the Delaware Court of Chancery has allowed this March 14 vote to proceed on schedule.
There's some questions here about our loyalty programs, and I'll just read a few of them to you. Does AMC have any plans to revise loyalty programs and A-list memberships? For example, what about family memberships, partnerships with streaming companies, maybe a lower price for memberships with restrictions to limit frequency of attendance, etc.?
So those are all good questions and good ideas. We have been and are studying them all. The 2 of the most important marketing programs we have are AMC Stubs and especially AMC Stubs A-List. About half of our total clientele in the United States participates in Stubs, and about 15% of our total activity in the United States comes from A-List members. These are very important programs. We're constantly reviewing them for possible changes and improvements. There's nothing immediately on the horizon that would change either program other than AMC Visa Entertainment card that's going to be added, an AMC Entertainment Visa card, yeah, I said it right. AMC Entertainment Visa card that'll be coming as part of the Stubs program that will allow Stubs members to earn even more Stubs points, both when they spend at our theaters and when they spend away from our theaters. But keep the good ideas flowing. We continue to think hard about what's the best way for AMC to approach the movie-going public.
Question about our theater footprint. Does AMC plan on opening new theaters in areas such as perhaps South Carolina or other states where AMC has a limited presence?
I can't make a specific comment about South Carolina, but at least South Carolina has one of our theaters. We have none in Hawaii. We have none in Alaska. We have none in Mississippi. I don't think we're in Vermont. But we do have the largest national footprint of any operator. I think we're in 43 or 44 states on the District of Columbia. We have a sizable market share in the largest cities all across the country. Plus, we have a big platform of theaters, even in smaller rural markets. We're always looking to add theaters. And you said earlier in the call, Sean, that we closed over 100 theaters that were not performing during the pandemic, but we opened up 54 new ones. And the 54 new ones were producing to the bottom line far more than the 100 that we closed. I think 10 of the 54 probably produced far more EBITDA than the 100 that we closed. So we're always looking to grow. We can grow by adding new build theaters from the ground up, or there's also the opportunity for us to inexpensively add into our system theaters that may have been opened by other operators who have faltered during the pandemic. Several firms declared for bankruptcy and over the last 3 years and shed a lot of theaters. And we picked up a bunch. As you know, we picked up about a third of the ArcLight circuit, which was headquartered in Los Angeles. We picked up more than half of the Bowtie circuit that was headquartered in Connecticut. Our eyes continue to be wide open. I do believe that there will be a continued opportunity for AMC to add theater locations quite inexpensively. And I might add, to do so sometimes requires money, which is why it was so very helpful to us that we have raised over $300 million of cash from August through January. The more cash in the bank, the easier it is to make the decision to add theaters and grow.
There is a huge amount of interest in the retail launch of AMC Perfectly Popcorn. Let me read to you just a few of the questions. Can you talk more about the opportunity for AMC in retail popcorn? When will AMC Popcorn be available in the US nationwide? Will AMC Popcorn be available to purchase online through the AMC website? Will AMC Popcorn be available to purchase in Canada and maybe in Europe?
That's a lot of questions. Yes, the enthusiasm and excitement for AMC Perfectly Popcorn at home is real. I see it on Twitter. When I look at the readership of the tweets I've been putting out recently on popcorn, they're sky high. The likes are sky high. The retweets are sky high. The comments back to me, every single one of which I read, by the way. I got like 4,000 or 5,000 inbound messages on the popcorn tweets recently, and I read them all. Boy, they make me excited because you're excited about it. We launched March 11th, Oscar weekend, with end cap displays at Walmart. They're almost impossible to get, and Walmart volunteered them up to us because they're excited about popcorn. And by late April, we'll be at more than 2,600 Walmart stores. That's more than half of all Walmart locations in the United States. We will have a website where you'll be able to go to find out at what locations you'll be able to actually pick up boxes of microwave popcorn or bags of ready-to-eat popcorn. We are going to sell on Walmart.com, which of course is nationwide. I would expect it will sell on AMC Theaters.com. We're discussing whether or not we should sell microwave boxes of popcorn at our theaters. It's all new. We haven't started yet, and the interest level is very high. This is a nice position to be in when you're launching a new product. Let's put it this way. We're setting up our production plants to make millions of bags and microwave pouches of popcorn. We think this is a big opportunity for us. Right now, we're going to launch only in the United States. Canada is a possibility. If we did it in Europe, we would probably not do it under the AMC brand. We would do it under one of the Odeon brands. Our cinemas operate with their own distinct brands in several countries across Europe. But right now, you crawl before you walk before you run. We're going to start in the United States and see where it goes from there.
Thanks, Adam. We continue to receive a very large number of really terrific suggestions from our retail investors, business ideas to grow and diversify and build on the business. And I want to say that we, as a management team, review these, we investigate these. So please, investors, please keep these ideas coming. I think with that...
Let me just respond to that. What an oddity, a company that actually listens to its investors. How about that for a change? Yes, sir. You want to go to a question from an analyst, maybe?
Got no questions for
We're already running a little bit long, but if on this call today, but if any investor wants to ask, go ahead.
Operator, we can go to questions from analysts.
Thank you very much. We will now be taking live questions. If you'd like to ask a question, please press *1 on your telephone keypad. A confirmation tone will indicate your line is. You may press *2 if you'd like to remove your question from the queue. For participants using speaker equipment, it may be necessary to pick up your handset before pressing the * keys. So we have time for only one question, and we take question from the line of Eric Wold with B. Riley Securities. Please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Adam and Sean. I appreciate it. Again, as much as I'm looking forward to the popcorn business being a separately reported segment, I have a couple questions on the core the theater business. I guess first off,
Hey, Eric, not to interrupt, but you know what you're going to like more than how we report the popcorn results? Eating the popcorn. It's really good. We actually worked for a full year on the flavor profile of these products. They are really great.
I'm looking forward to enjoying it with the Oscars. On the Sightline seating plan or program, I guess obviously it makes sense given what we've seen with other entertainment businesses. I guess what are your thoughts on where you see the biggest benefit coming from? Is it the premium on the better seats? Is it filling up the less desirable seats now that they're priced lower, or is it that loyalty members don't pay the premium seat charges? Is the benefit driving more loyalty membership into that program?
And the answer is all of the above. You've got the three benefits of the concept, right? We can discount up front, we can charge a slight premium in the middle, and we don't charge when I say the middle, the dead center of the auditorium where most people want to sit. And if we don't charge that premium and impose it on A-listers, that's just another big value increase for A-list members, which should make more people want to be A-list members. So all three have the ability to drive improvement. And, some people have looked at this as a price increase, which of course it is on day one. But what's really interesting is that we are in inflationary times. And inflationary times cause cost to rise. And without making any comment about what AMC is going to do, because it's not legal to talk about pricing prospectively, but companies facing inflationary pressures tend to raise prices. Not talking about AMC. Under the pre-Sightline structure of our industry, if we wanted to raise a price in a theater, the only choice we had was to raise the price on all the seats in the theater. And so what's one of the many benefits of Sightline, other than the three that you mentioned, are that if we feel the need to raise prices, we might only do it in the most popular seats in the auditorium and actually hold the line and not raise prices on other seats in the auditorium. So it's actually a way of, while it is a way of increasing the price now, it's a potential way of preventing a price increase later on. And then there is, in fact, the opportunity to discount up front. I'm telling you, I've been looking at what we call heat maps, which are what seats are booked for a particular movie. And nobody sits in row one in a movie theater. It just doesn't happen. It could be opening night of Star Wars. Every seat in the auditorium in row 3 to 18 is booked solid, and row 1 is empty. And it really is, there is a possibility here that by discounting the price up front, we might be able to expand the movie-going market to more price-sensitive consumers.
Perfect. That's helpful, Adam. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the question and answer session, and I would like to turn the floor back over to Mr. Aaron for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, operator. To everyone on the call, thank you for being with us today. Today was a good day for AMC. We reported results that were unexpectedly positive. We introduced our popcorn line, and we've had a lot of discussion about the importance of the March 14 shareholder meeting that will simplify and strengthen the capital structure of this company going forward. Thank you for joining us today. There are a lot of big movies coming out. We look forward to seeing you at our theaters sometime soon.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's teleconference. You may disconnect your lines at this time. Thank you for your participation.
Adam is a scared bitch. That's it. He is a scared bitch. I am more so disappointed in the earnings call. We got the numbers, we got the breakdown, we got popcorn, the Visa cards. It was all just a bunch of BS. It really was. I'm gonna make an update video after this stream is over. But thank you guys for tuning in to the live stream. I was hoping we were going to get some sort of spice out of that. All he did was basically mention choke on that, which there's nothing to choke on, right? Your share price is down 7.77% after hours. Yeah, I know. There's going to be so much to talk about after this live stream is done. But basically, they planned it out to where they pick these crouton-ass questions, these cheesy questions that he can answer, right? He can answer because he's not afraid to answer. So they picked a question, and he asked, about the AMC popcorn, about the memberships. No one really gives a flying fuck about that, and it's just known, right? It's clear as day right now. Adam Aron is trying to improve the company, which is fine, but I'm going to go over everything that happened in the earnings call in the video that I'm going to upload after this. So guys, thank you so much for popping in the stream. Make sure you hit the like on your way out. That was an upsetting earnings call. But how about that damn bounce? How about that bounce we called out at $6.50? That was hot. That was a solid bounce. Beginning of earnings call, before it even came out, drew that out. Very, very simple. Bounce at $6.50. Boom, we got that bounce. That was nasty. Overall, guys, tune in for the video later. Make sure that you are in Discord. That link will be in the description down below. And if you want the live earnings call next time, in case I don't go live, I don't get notifications from Webull, but I do get notifications from Moomoo. I will leave a link in the description as well. If you do want free stocks, you have to download that and make a deposit. Overall, guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for popping into the live stream. Yeah, I'm going to make an update video based on the charts, the DD, everything that happened with the earnings call. Love you all. Lottery Stocks out.